So this is a nice long of Asia being swept by MNQ but not by ES. It has all the ingredients for me. It has a good reaction of the low. In gray you can see that it has a 2-minute fair value gap, not singular but good enough. I want to see that bullish breaker hold now, the one marked in green, and there is also, I marked out a breaker and a change in the state. Now what you can see is a very good first reaction of this level. I was trading, taking into account that this is such a quick move. It is London session. My first target is actually the 50% level, and if EQ hits the 50% level and I'm happy to trigger my profit, what I do now is that I see that there's actually two things going on. First of all, I expect price maybe to hit the 60% level, that 62% which is marked in orange, but I also notice that I have this sense that I feel, okay, the trade has an element of time and price, and time for me means that if I can get 1.7 R, because that was the current high where I now marked my 4 out of 5 contracts sell, it means that if I can take that in 3 or 5 minutes, and the alternative is to have 2R in 45 minutes, I take the 1.7 in 5 minutes at all times. So now I'm just marking out, I trailed my stop just below that wick within the 2-minute candle, and I'm watching price. So I was thinking, okay, we have a bullish breaker, we have a change in the state, so after this impulsive move it's very sensible for price to retest the bullish breaker and the change in the state. So I was just patiently waiting to see what price was giving. But I also had clear for myself that I did not really want to give back my drawdown as well. So therefore I trailed my stop just a few ticks below the breaker. And you could see now that ES was actually moving faster. So it was moving faster towards that dark gray bullish gap, and it actually pierced the lower end of the breaker. And here it was mentally quite challenging to just not move my stop, because I was thinking, okay, so the potential here lies with price just tapping my stop loss and then just reversing on me. So here I thought, okay, this makes sense if we get quick reversal. But that would be more US session price action, and this is London, so it takes more time. And I'm watching this and I'm thinking, okay, this is really close to my stop loss, because I have my full stop loss at where you see the one sell stop. And now the buyers and sellers are, let's say, doing the auction and see if MQ is actually priced correctly and who is in charge. And now we get a first reaction. So we had 3 candles of 2 minutes being near my stop loss, and I'm actually watching, and I'm just hoping to get like a good reaction off of price. And we have this first reaction, so I'm thinking, okay, this is looking good, but I want to see sustained momentum. And sustained momentum means I want to see this candle close really bullishly, to see, hey, is this a sign for the market that buyers are in charge? And now I see, okay, so are there any gaps that are currently in the middle of, are standing in the way of properly moving up? So I marked out this 2 minute, which was the, let's say, the proper gap. And yeah, it was just chopping about here. So this was just chop. And ultimately, price found equilibrium and started moving to the upside, which of course was a good sign. But to me, having these trades is a real drain on my mental and emotional state. But I also realized that there's only one way to go and deal with it, I think there's this beautiful saying that the only way out is through. So the only way to be able to deal with my emotions is to actually experiencing them. And I did not, because during this live recording I was actually talking to myself the whole time, and I'm not going to bother you with it. But I'm actually being really open about my emotions, what I feel, the greed that I feel, the fear that I feel. So when price is near my low, I'm actually thinking about closing the trade in $30 profit or whatever, so that I don't have to face the drawdown of maybe $20 where I put my stop loss. But the moment price showed bullish momentum, I'm immediately thinking, okay, so once we go hard. So then I don't want to take 4 out of 5 contracts and leave one runner. No. Then I want to only maybe take 3 or 2 and let the rest go as a runner. So I'm constantly fooling myself. And from a trade perspective, I was actually I trailed my stop loss to my break even here, which I think was good. Because I was also thinking, once we go below this again, we're probably going to fill the entire inefficiency that formed the M2, or let's say that bullish candle that broke through the M2 gap. And I was now getting more and more confident. Okay, if we are now able to, let's say, set a low and then just move upwards from there, we're probably going to move towards target relatively quickly. And price just needs to do its thing, right? That's not a problem. But we'll just let price do its thing. So yeah, from here on, it's just waiting, and I'm thinking to myself, shall I move my sell order? Shall I trail it a bit more up? Shall I change the quantity? And the only thing I think is, no, let's reward my patience. So I'm trailing my stop now in profit, because every time we make this mini market structure break, I want to see price not go back, because probably if price comes back, then it's a bad sign, and I don't want that to happen. So I think price is now going to start its last momentum up to my sell. It's hit now, it immediately responds. So we have two options. We have this bearish S&T now with ES, but I think actually ES is going to tap it, and once it's going to tap and NQ like it's doing here, it's going to hold, then it's a good sign. So now I'm thinking, what will I do? Will I trail my stop? And I actually decided to do that, and there was not really a sensible level, so I was thinking, okay, what do I do now? Because I'm now sitting 50 minutes or 45 minutes in the trade, and for me that's actually quite a long time, because normally within 20 minutes I have a full resolution. So I set my alerts, I set to a sell stop and a sell limit, and I just wait. And I think in hindsight, what I did not do, that would have been really helpful, that so now I'm actually growing complacent. So I'm growing complacent because I think, okay, I covered the bulk of the move, I trailed my stop, and there's not so much a reason anymore to manage this position actively. And I really quickly saw the M15 popping by, and there was a really nice, or actually bearish gap on the M15. So I missed it, because my sell limit, you can see it's now at 628.5. I'm going to remove it, because I think, okay, let's just let it just run. And I think that corresponds with the mitigation of the M15 bearish block, which also means that it got tapped otherwise, and I got my sell limit hit. But because I deleted it, because I got greedy, because I thought, okay, let's just trail my stop, and maybe it will hit Asia high, I did not get that. See, I delete it, and what does price do? Yeah, I think it taps. Let's just see, or did it not just tap? I think it just missed. No, it got my target, because yeah, it got my target. So yeah, that's just plain stupid, but it is what it is.